5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. The two of you that are there need to go hit that thumbs up. I need it to boost me in the algorithm. Hi. Hi, Grammy B. Hi, Fred Hill. Hi, Carrie Bishop. I'm wearing the wrong shade of lipstick. I didn't have my glasses on when I pulled the tube out. Anyway, Grammy B, I wonder if it was as windy in Texas as it was in Arkansas yesterday. We had gusts of wind here in our area, varying between 35 to 60 miles an hour. And we also had 2 wildfires that were successfully extinguished. Yeah. So if you saw the title, it's Potatoes au Gratin, and I'm wearing the wrong shade of lipstick, Hangout and Chat, which should automatically indicate to any and all that today is a completely, as always, content-free live stream. I wish I didn't have to have these on to see your chat. And if I sound a little gruff, there was a lot of smoke yesterday. Carrie, thank you. Tell sis I said thank you. Hi, Grasshopper. No, I'm not. Hi, Eve. Hi, Sonia. Grasshopper jump a lot. You have been following me for quite some time, and I would think you would know by now I never stay out of trouble. Thank you, Carrie. Oops, I'm sorry that I keep leaning on the stove, and every time I do, my 1984 hot point goes boink. Anyway, so number 1, yes, I'm wearing a bra. You can't wear a t-shirt like this and be braless. Well, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it, especially at my age. So it's not a braless cult meeting, but it is a kitchen cult meeting. Why, might you ask? Because I just finished walking the dog. It's pretty chilly here in north central Arkansas. The wind is still trying to pick up. Hi, Trish Randry. Hi, Susan. I had a smoke, or part of one, and I realized that the sun was really fooling me, and I might just as well go live on YouTube. I mean, that's what you do. In order to bore the living shit out of your audience who chooses to come over and click. So, okay, I was bored. Okay, that's it. I'm bored. All right. So there it is, right out in the open. So I put on a bra, the wrong shade of lipstick, and I've got to make some potatoes au gratin to go with tonight's pork chops. And I thought to myself, well, you can either just stand here in your bored way without a bra and make potatoes au gratin. Or, I know, Grammy, especially on a chilly day. Or you could bra up, throw on the wrong lipstick shade, then hit go live and say, happy first day of spring, y'all. We made it through another winter. Yay! So, if y'all want to, and you might ask, what's in the brown bag? Well, we'll find out before we end this live stream. I have you guys on charge. Maybe I should unplug you because the last time I was live streaming with my phone on the charger, a little banner came up on my screen that said, you know, it really is not a good idea to be live streaming and charging at the same time. And it said it with that attitude. It didn't say it. It was. Anyway. So let me get on with it and make some potatoes au gratin. And then I'll tell you what's in that bag. I'll give you, okay, I'm going to give you a clue. Lillian brought it. You know, my bestie Lillian next door. Mm-hmm. And it's gifts. More than one thing. I haven't actually dug into it. I just like peeked over the top. And I said, whatever for? Why would your daughter and granddaughter share some cool stuff with me? High spread love and not hate. And, well, she didn't say it in so many words, but it's because they love me. No, in reality, it's because they love me. Hi, Pandar. Haven't seen you in a long time. It's nice to have you over. Thank you for popping in. Hope you'll hang out for a little while. There's just a few of us here. Another reason I was getting bored. And then I'm going to au gratin. If you want to learn how to au gratin your potatoes without buying it out of a box on the shelf at the grocery store to make your own, then you can hang out while I'm doing that. Thank you, Carrie, for dropping links. Yeah. So whatever I was going to say just totally went out of my head before I went off on that little tangent. I'm old and I'm also stoned. Can you guys tell I'm stoned? Because I am. I'm stoned as shit right now. We're lucky I can string any words together to make any semblance of a sentence whatsoever. Oh, what's in the bag? Oh, it's some stuff that we'll look at. So if you guys want to chill, so to speak, that would be awesome and cool. And I will. Hi, Cock Box Bish. Hello and welcome to Lip Lock No More. I kind of like that name. Yeah. So. Now, I do have a potato peeler. Indeed, I do. But those of you that have been hanging out with me for any length of time at all are fully aware that I grew up in a lower economic class. Economics? Did she say economics? I don't even know why I would be thinking of economics. Okay, I lied. I know why I would be thinking of economics, because I made a video this morning and it had the word economics in the title. Anyway, we didn't have the luxury of what one calls a potato peeler. I now have the high luxury of having two of them. But since I actually know how to peel a potato, I prefer to use my little paring knife that my youngest son bought for me for Christmas a number of years ago. So there's that. Now, I will not actually be providing a recipe for today's dish. I mean, I'll tell you what's in it. But what I mean by recipe is I will not be saying a cup of this, a cup of that, a teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that, because indeed, this is a dish I have been making since 1972. So I don't have a recipe. I have what my mama taught me. And because it's just my man Bob and I don't make a bunch. Cutting out the bad spot. Now, I don't know if it's true or not when it comes to potatoes. But my sister, as far as I know, never lied or fibbed to me about anything. So it could be misinformation, but it definitely is not disinformation. I always remove the eyes from the potato because, according to my sister, who was an extremely wise woman, also 10 and a half years older than myself, so she knew a lot by the time I even came along. She told me when I was a little kid that you have to cut the eyes out of the potato or it'll give you a bellyache. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's correct. I just know my sister said it. And as far as I know, she never lied to me. So whether they would give me a bellyache or not, I removed them just because my sister said so. My life has been a tapestry of rich and royal hue, an ever-changing vision of the ever-changing view. Once along, da 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 da, I saw a man of fortune, a drifter passing by. in times of deepest darkness. I've seen him dressed in black. Now my tapestry's unraveling, and he's come to take me back. Now these peelings will go out to the place in the backyard where the groundhog likes to have a sumptuous feast provided by such things as potato peelings. Give me a moment to rinse my hands off and to rinse these taters. Calling all dreamers and optimistic fools. Don't let go of your dream. Hi, Kiki Eyes. Make it real. Make it all come true. If you believe in a brighter day, I know we can find our way. That was weak. You got to cut these really, really thin for au gratin potatoes. And by thin, I mean almost like a potato chip. So, since I started out way too high, allow me to transpose the key down a note or two. On this island, in a starry ocean, she's poetry in motion. This island earth, a beautiful oasis for all human races, a rendezvous in the blue. This island earth. Hi, Sage Sleuth. Hi, Sammy Sparrow. Well, we don't know what's in store today. We could spread our wings and fly away. Or we could go like the dinosaurs, they say. Hi, Poppy Red Mustang. The choice is ours to make. If you're looking for a miracle, open your eyes. There was one this morning just about sunrise. Dawn came a-breaking like a wave on the sea. And it's there for you and me. Calling all dreamers and optimistic fools. Don't let go of your dream. Make it real. Make it all come true. Well, I ain't doing a very good job of this, and I don't care. If you believe in a brighter day, I know we can find our way. On this island, in its starry ocean, she's poetry in motion. This island earth, spinning like a dancer. Gravity is the answer, the only home that we know. This island earth. La da 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 da. Or kick up the dust on Mars one day. I mixed up a verse a while ago. Or we could go like the dinosaurs, they say. You walked in to the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped. Hi, Angie's Life. Below one eye. I got to put some water on these to help extract a little bit of that starch. Your scarf is with apricot. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself go about, and all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner. They'd be your partner, and y'all know who that song was written about? It was a mystery for a long time until Carly Simon, her own self, the writer of the song, who suffered from horrible stage fright. No joke. That song is about Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself stroll about. Okay, I have a bit of an onion, actually almost an entire onion left from something I cooked yesterday. So I want to use it up, and I'm going to slice it as thinly as I did the potatoes. Now, some folks like more onion. Some don't like onion at all. But I make mine the traditional way, the way my mama made it. Now, along with potatoes, onion, we will have some shredded cheddar cheese and the sauce. Dun, 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 dun. What is the sauce? I knew you'd ask, so I prepared to tell you that this sauce is nothing new. I told you I got smoke yesterday from the wildfires. It has to be Campbell's cream of mushroom. No other brand of soup will do. If I use anything other than real Campbell's, my mama, although I do not believe in haints, haunting spirits, if I use anything except Campbell's, my mother will definitely, like a bolt of lightning will come out of the sky. I'm not kidding. Hi, Bubbles. So, I got to reach around behind you, but I will be very careful to not knock you over. And I think while I'm back here, I'm going to unplug you from being charged. Okay, we're untethered. Who knows what could happen? All hell could break loose at any moment. After all, this is lip luck no more, because you never know where I'm going to go. That's the whole idea. Yeah, just saying. Okay, into a bowl with a spatula that's too big to go into the can, because I'm showing out. I'm showing off. I'm showing off my delightful culinary skills. Okay, so now that we realize that that spatula will not fit into that can, because when you grow up like I did, economically speaking, you didn't waste anything. In our household, it was almost considered a sin to waste food. You did not waste food. And I was raised by a mother that grew up during the Great Depression. So some of that just, sticks with you. So then what we're going to do is, I'm going to be out of frame for a few moments, getting milk out of the fridge. All right. I know how these people on YouTube are. These sons of bitches, they will, they'll go, oh, she stepped out of frame. Oh my God, she's probably doing something like illegal or something. No, I'm just getting milk out of the refrigerator, but I know how you people are. Not you people, not you kids. But, the cowardly, whats that just watch from the bushes because they're fucking terrified of me. As well they should be. Anyway. It's called milk. And yes, I always sniff the milk. I don't rely on the date. So that's about a half of a can of milk. Y'all, I haven't messed up the orientation yet. I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to rely on it. We're going to pour that into the cream of mushroom soup. Did she just say soup? I did. I just said soup. Okay, well, let's just keep going then. All right. To taste, salt. You don't have to have one of these antique. You don't have to have a set. Your salt and pepper can come out of whatever you keep your salt and pepper. Okay. You don't have to have the really cool old antique ones like I do. Anyway, salt and pepper to taste. You can always add more. I don't use a lot because Bob's on high blood pressure meds, you know, all that business. A little bit of pepper. And El Whisko. Speaking of Hanks, I just moved in my new house today. Nothing was gonna drive me away. I bought this house, now you know I'm the boss. There ain't no Hank gonna run me off. Okay. Oven safe glassware, aka Pyrex. Pardon the squeaking of the cabinet door. I'm going to take this over by the sink, and I'm not turning the phone around in order to stay in frame. So just deal with it. I'm going to spray very lightly to avoid sticking. I want to do it over by the sink so that I don't have this spray oil stuff on my floor, which I just mopped day before yesterday. Lightly, 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 sides and bottom. Okay. When bells started ringing and chains rattled loud, I knew I'd moved in a haunted house. Okay, so we have our taters, our sauce, our onions, and shredded cheese. Now what you're going to do, I'm going to layer them. And you want to layer them so that the cheese is the final of the 4th layers, so that you end up with cheese on top. Okay? Very important. The cheese must always be on top. Period. That's it. All right. So, and I know there are probably some of you out there that are thinking, she's using a wooden cutting board. Yeah, I am. If one knows how to properly maintain and sanitize a wooden cutting board, I've got a plastic one. You guys are sitting on it. Okay. Potatoes, layered. Onion, break them up into rings. a little sauce. Don't knock over the olive oil. And use as much cheese as you like. If you're me, the more cheese, the better, baby. I'm a cheeseaholic and a chocoholic. But, I'm not as much a chocoholic as I once was. I've made this weird transition over to Jolly Ranchers gummies. After years of being a Lifesaver gummy-aholic. But one day, Bob came home with Jolly Rancher gummies. The reasoning? They didn't have any Lifesaver gummies, but he knew I would want some gummies. So I was like, okay, well, now I'm addicted to them. Okay, potato, onion. You say potato, and I say potato. You say tomato, and I say tomato. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off. Cheese. Now, what you're experiencing right now is what is known as dead air. Now, when I was in radio, which like nobody even listens to, everybody's like, what's a radio? What is a radio station? Well, but when I was in radio, one of the first things that you learn is dead air is your enemy, baby. I'm so grateful for video. That way you guys know that I'm actually still here. You know, like I didn't fall asleep during a live stream. Or, you know, nod off or somehow zone out or something weird like that. So that's why people like me just keep talking. No matter what's coming out of my mouth, I just, you know, a word will come into my head and I'll just say it because it eliminates dead air. So. Okay, our final layer of potato and onion. Our final bit of sauce. And you guys are all like, oh, look how focused she is. Oh my goodness, she is so focused on what she's doing that she's absolutely lost in it. Yeah, I know, Patches. I know, that's what I was saying. I know, honey. It's crazy. But it's YouTube, Patches. It's YouTube. That's how things are here. It's a very, very odd place to be. Very, very, very strange place. That's why I'm here, because I'm very odd and I'm very strange. Therefore, I figured it was absolutely the most motherfucking perfect platform I could possibly choose to be on. I figured, you know, Susan, you will fit right in with these bozos. You know, everybody on here is a little bit quirky. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. It's just an observation. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to have an opinion. Now, on the topic of world economics, I thought about discussing tariffs today, but I couldn't quite figure out how to align and make relevant necessarily tariffs, economics, and all of that any better than I've already done. I'm putting the cheese in the refrigerator. I'm all right over here. So, right now, it's like, oh, well, that looks like it could be appetizing. And indeed it shall be. Right now, though, because we don't eat until around 5:30-ish, I'm going to cover it with the aluminum foil that it will be baked with the foil on. I'm going to put the, oh my goodness, Susan, just spit it out. I'll be placing foil atop the prepared dish and putting it in the refrigerator until about 4 o'clock, maybe 4:30, depends. Okay, depends on what? I don't know, whatever comes up. And why Bob bought me this, this is the size you get for a turkey. No, don't even go there. Don't say, well, that's why he bought it. Hi, Lillian. You did? Because Bob didn't go, whoa, stop. Whoop. So, yeah, Bob was supposed to get me some while he was on vacay, Lillian, and he forgot, and I didn't want to hound him about it. Anyway, I won't waste this little piece I pull off the end. I'll wrap something in it. Like a teeny tiny potato. Oh. Sorry about the foil rattling. Seriously, I am sorry about that. When I cook anything with foil on top, especially if it has cheese or something that's going to stick when I pull the foil off. You guys probably already know this and do it, but I just very lightly spray. Okay. And that will really, really help when you pull it off. The cheese won't pull off the top. Or at least it won't be as prone to do so. But because it's not going to be at room temperature when I put it in the oven, unless I remember to take it out a little ahead of time, I'll probably put it in the oven for, okay, I'm just guesstimating, okay, because what I do is when it starts bubbling, that's when I pull the foil off and I stick a fork in there to see if the potatoes are tender. It's done when the potatoes are tender. I bake it at 325 degrees until it's done. which is usually 35 to 45 minutes. But if I'm starting from a cold temperature out of the fridge, naturally it takes a little bit longer because it has to bring the temperature up before it actually starts cooking. So, along with that, we're going to have grilled pork chops wrapped in bacon, a bacon strip, like a filet mignon, only it's a pork chop, a boneless pork chop, and peas and carrots. So let me get that in the fridge, and we'll see what's in this bag that Lillian brought me. And yes, it's the Lillian that's in chat. And I'll wash my cutting board after I end the live stream. Give me a second here. This is for something completely different. No, I'm not going to tell you what. But obviously something sweet and bread-like that is made with yeast. Unless I'm lying. I could be lying because it's fucking YouTube. I mean, I've heard everybody on here lies. But y'all know the rule with me. When I lie, I always cross my fingers. That way it doesn't count. What's in the bag from Lillian? I'm sorry if anybody new's come into chat and I've missed you. Yeah. Am I making what today, Lillian? I just made potatoes au gratin. I just made it. Lillian, I just freaking made it. Where have you been? On your carport? Lillian? Okay. Now. I want to see what's in that bag. Oh, no, Lillian, I'm not going to make the sweet something today. But when I do, you guys will get some of it. I don't even have to put sugar in it. I sweeten it like I sweeten my coffee. I just put my finger in there and it's just like, I know. Anyway, y'all want to see what's in the bag from Lillian? I do. Lillian, I don't have a wolf. Okay, I have Bob. So technically speaking, yes, I do have a wolf. Lillian brought 2 packages of Blue Wilderness. As you guys know, we're cat rescuers, and we have rescued a dog. And you guys know her name is Rags. So Rags got some treats. Blue Wilderness Trail Treats. Wild Bits. Chicken. That's what the puppy got. Oh, so cool. Oh, you got, okay. These are called pup tops. And therefore, obviously, putting on top. No, you don't, Mr. Dewey. Silly boy. What are you doing? Get down. Okay, so 3 pup tops. And look, here's what's cool. They're graduated on the inside so it fits different sizes of cans. Lillian, is there anything in here for me? No. Yeah, for canned dog food and canned cat food. Lillian, is there anything in there for me, or is it all for the puppy? What is this? Awesome! For real, Lillian? Oh my gosh! Lillian! For Schultz 10-15-10 plant food, liquid plant food plus micronutrients. Feeds every time you water. Easy to use, just 7 drops. Lillian, thank you. And perfect timing. Ooh. Oh. A planner. Let's see. A monthly planner for 2025-2026. I love the design. Isn't that pretty? Cool, guys. Cool. And a matching, because this is kind of like your pocket planner, like you carry in your purse, right? And this is your desk planner. Thank you, Lillian. Oh, it's really cool. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Lillian. Okay, and last but not least, now I knew this was in the bag, the last 2 things I'm going to pull out, because Lillian had whipped them out when she brought the bag over. Because she wanted me to know that, and I'm not going to say the name, but a particular relative of Lillian's wanted to make sure she was like, she wanted me to have these 2 items. From Bath and Body Works, we have Nourishing Lip. Oh, wait. Gosh, Susan, can you not even pay attention to your camera angle? Told you guys I'm stoned. Anyway, Bath and Body Works Nourishing Lip Mask, pumpkin spice. Ooh, let's open it and see. Let's open. Oh, it's like super sealed. Okay, I can't get. Where is the thing? They always have a thing when they have them sealed like that, where you like a little zipper thing. I can't find it. Oh, I'm about to Karen out. I'm going to Karen. I'm fixing to Karen. Hi, Carlos. Hello. Good to see you. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Oh, This can be used as a kind of help, keep the chin up. Ooh. Man, that's some expensive stuff. This is some expensive stuff. Thank you, Lillian's person. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, this is one of those things that if you get this, you're going to be licking your lips. Because it literally, oh, hi, Potato Head. Lillian, this is pure luxury here. Please thank you know who. Oh, I don't want to waste any of it, but Dewey, why do you keep getting up here? Okay, it smells and tastes like pumpkin spice, sweet pumpkin spice. Dewey, please get down. And yes, I will sanitize the counter. Okay, what is this thing? It is the matching lip balm from Bath & Body Works. Goodness gracious. Y'all, I'm not going to tell you how much this stuff costs, but I mean, the way the pricing is on these Bath & Body Works products, there's no way that Lillian could have covered up. I don't want to waste any of this, though. I can tell you that. Okay, so it's pumpkin spice lip balm, which, of course, I will not be putting on right now because I'm obviously wearing the wrong shade of lipstick. Thank you, Lillian. And thank you guys for hanging out with me to make potatoes au gratin and to just chat and to see what was in the bag. So we have to have a reading and a song before we say goodbye. And we've been on here right at an hour. But as you guys know, I also like to take a few moments to at least look at your chat. Lillian said I didn't have to return the bag. Lillian, guess what? Lillian, indeed. The kitties will get this bag. This will be a great toy for the kitties. But I'm not going to give it to them yet because they will make... Lillian, you couldn't get it off. I just said, I just said, there's no way you could have gotten them off because it's literally part of the package. And I'm telling you, that person that you know, yeah, these are little treasures and I love them. Silly girl. So let's have a reading. Hi, Pam Fogel. Oh, I feel all pumpkin-y. Pam, it's okay, honey. How are you feeling, Pam Fogel? We're about to get off of here, baby. You're gonna, if you want to see all my goofiness, you'll have to go back to the beginning. But can you tell me in chat, Pam, are you feeling all right? Just a little better, but not much. I'm glad you're here. I've been thinking about you. I try to block the light with my big old fat head. And this eye is not red because I'm stoned. It's been red for a couple of days, and I think it's pollen. We're getting heavily pollinated. I don't think that it's anything to do with the eye surgeries. It doesn't itch, it doesn't burn, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't ache. It, but anywho, no worries. It's all good. It's just something going on. Carrie has 2 pumpkin pies in the fridge. Why are they? Have they already been baked? Potato Head. By the way, John McKinney, I'm pretty well digging that. Was that a new profile picture? Carrie, you're like me. You got a hottie on your hands. Y'all, I gotta sneeze. Hang on. Usually if I look at the light, it'll go ahead and come out. Oh, that was one of those, a sneeze that got trapped. Yeah, Pam, honey, feel free in chat to share anything about what's going on with you. I don't like to. Lillian, it could have been from the smoke from the fires, honey, that made it worse, but it's been this way for like 3 days. And so I really don't know what it is. And if it continues, I'll call my local eye guy and have him look at it. But probably all they'll do is give me some drops of steroids to put in it, and then I could have roid rage. But Pam, what I was going to say, baby, is, everybody is free. Hi, my wrench. Yeah, no blood clots, thank goodness. But since Pam is sharing with y'all, just let me say that Pam and I, she communicates with me more than I with her. She's become patient with the fact that I basically don't answer hardly anything. But she did let me know that she'd been having some issues. And so I think about her. Obviously we're in communication like on Instant Messenger. Not like on Instant Messenger, actually on Instant Messenger. So I'm really glad to see her today. I'm always glad to see all of you. Because I'm a fucking love bomber. They don't like love bombers on YouTube. I kind of found that out the hard way. You know how, of course, it didn't change me. But the way I found out how people feel about so-called love bombers on YouTube is someone that I'm associated with created and sent a bot into the Discord of the jerks for whom I was modding. And then the YouTube associate, after that person had gleaned everything using the bot in that Discord that they felt like might be, funny or useful or educational to any of those out here, that person released that, not just coming on and talking about it on their channel, but actually released the actual recorded Discord, wherein I learned in no uncertain terms what they actually thought of me. And it wasn't what they told me they thought of me. You know, I don't do Discord. So it's easy to say things about, oh, lip lock no more in places like that because I do not access them. So I had no idea that one person in particular, along with several others, were, you know, I don't trust the bitch. She's a love bomber. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. And what the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Getting the Most Out of Life, published by the Reader's Digest, an anthology, in 1946. Within it are contained many nuggets of wisdom, encouragement, and I found a little piece to read. Y'all know I do a cold reading, but I like to scan over it just in case. Oh, Carrie, darling, thank you for your $10 super sticker, Carrie. Thank you. When my stuff comes from Sis, I'll just send it right back to you. Thank you for buying up part of the products I'm buying. Anyway, I love you too, baby. And I actually mean that. You know, on a couple of live streams ago, one of the things we read, or I read to you, was from Mark Twain. And it comes to mind now every time I'm getting ready to end a live stream. So it may end up being incorporated into the outro here, which is basically me telling you goodbye. Take from any experience, only the wisdom that is in it, and stop there. So right now, let's see what Brigadier General John W. Lang, L-A-N-G, contributed and wrote, titled The Voice of Experience. Thank you, Carrie, for the copyright disclaimer, because indeed I do not own any rights to this book. I only own the book itself, and have for a while. The Voice of Experience by Brigadier General John W. Lang. Let me get right here. I'm trying to block that light. In 1936, when Simon Bolivar Buckner, later Lieutenant General commanding our forces in Alaska, was attending a refresher course for colonels, a young instructor remarked that regimental headquarters should prepare the programs for company training because the inexperienced captains might make errors if they did their own. Up rose Buckner and ended all argument by saying, Uncle Zeke was known in my Kentucky hometown for his wisdom. One day, a young friend asked him, Uncle Zeke, how come you're so wise? Because I've got good judgment, replied the old man. Good judgment comes from experience, and experience, well, that comes from poor judgment. So I need to sing you out of here and wrap them pork chops in bacon. Thank you, every single one of you. Welcome new subscribers. If you didn't see the short I uploaded, I think day before yesterday. Thanking all of you for 3.5 years on this platform. Welcoming new subscribers, and the short is just a progression of photographs that have been taken over those 3.5 years, sharing, I guess, behind the scenes evolution and progress. So if you haven't seen it, it's on the shorts here on Lip Lock No More, and I mean it. Thank you for 3.5 years, slow and steady the way I like it. And that too, yeah. That wasn't necessary. Welcome to the new subs. We're glad you're here. If you're not a member and you think you might like to support the channel financially, there's always that super thanks button, the super chats, the super stickers, but I'd really like to have you as a member. So you think about it. No harm done if you choose not to. I'm good either way. I just enjoy being here. So I'm going to sing you out because that's the tradition. And I already have a song in mind, so I may have to back up for this one. Well, I'm the same old girl that I used to be. I haven't changed at all. I got the same old walk, the same old talk that'll drive you up the wall. The same old face, the same old smile, same old baby blues. And I'm still doing the rumba, baby, and I'm still the girl for you, my. I'm still doing the rumba, baby. I can't seem to quit. And my mama catches us a doing the rumba. My mama will just a pitch a bitch. But I can't help myself. It's much bigger than me. If I were you, I would hang on to a rumba girl like me. Hey, hey, hey. As you go out onto the main streets of YouTube and the good solid streets of your real life, never forget to engage your superpower. It's called kindness. Always keeping in mind, you don't want to let anybody take advantage of it. Don't be a fool. Don't be gullible. Don't be naive. But don't be shy about being kind. It's a superpower because you have within you the ability to make somebody else's day better. So fucking do it. All right? Now, get out. I got shit to do. I love you. Thanks for being here. If I can make it, do the thing. Do the thing. I got the same old face, the same old smile, the same old baby blues, and I'm still doing the rumba, baby, and I'm still the girl for you.